What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about international marketing. I listed here in this background, I have a picture of Belgium. It's going to be the example that I provide for international marketing, one of the many few. So, in regards to international marketing, I'm going to list some things on the whiteboard, but you got to remember that if you come from a country, what is accepted in your country is not always accepted in other countries and other cultures, meaning that what's appropriate in the business world here in my country, America, may not be appropriate in Saudi Arabia. So, an example, I'm not from Saudi Arabia, my home country is India. So, that's where my parents are from. So, an example of a difference between here and Saudi Arabia, again, this is not Saudi Arabia, this is Belgium. But a difference between the United States and Saudi Arabia is right away in business, they kind of get to the business talk here in America, in the United States. And in Saudi Arabia, they prefer to do business with someone. When they do a business transaction, it's typical for them to talk for an hour, typically about family and their relations, as someone would do in America, only with close people here before they do a business transaction. In Saudi Arabia, they do it all with everybody. So they talk, they sit down, they talk about family, they may even have tea, they may have a snack. They might talk for an hour or two about family before they start talking business discussions and business negotiations. Whereas here in America, we kind of just jump right into it, you know? So give me one moment over here. It appears as if someone was at the door, so I just had to check that on my Nest. So anyway, another example of international marketing that we can apply over here is, like I said in that Saudi Arabia example, if you're marketing a product in Saudi Arabia and you're businessing, if you're setting up a team to go do business negotiations there, or even if you're doing it online, you got to remember it from that approach. Regardless of what you're selling, you have to know from that approach how the home country is going to be receptive of it, how they're going to do business there. You are stepping on their turf, on their territory, so you have to adhere to what their rules are and what their customs are. There's non-written rules. So another example that I'm going to provide now is Belgium, how it's different than most countries. So Belgium, as you can see, is split up into basically three different parts. Okay, one part speaks Dutch, one part speaks French, and the other part speaks German. So hence the three different colors. So if you are doing business in a Dutch-speaking area, they will only speak Dutch. They will not speak German. It's just a non-written rule. They will not refuse to it. It's their customs. In India, they back home they have different languages for the villages, so I respect it with the way they do it here. And in America, in the South, they talk like this versus the North, they talk like a little bit more like this, you know. In the West Coast, they talk a little bit more relaxed, kind of like this, you know. And in the South, they talk a little bit more like that, you know. Um, but yeah, the Southwest is way, way deep. They talk like that. Like instead of fried chicken, they say, "Eat your chicken fried right there," you know, like stuff like that. So it's different in each country, but I get it, okay? That's the whole point. Each country's going to have their own thing. They don't talk like the way we do here in America or the way the villages do in India, okay? They talk the way they want to here in this country and the way they think that is most successful to them, and it clearly seems to be working for them in Belgium. They're prospering. So anyway, they speak Danish. Sorry, they speak Dutch. I'm sorry, not Danish. They speak Dutch, German, and French. So if you're opening a business in the French area, you got to know where you're opening it up or doing business with and what language they will speak. They're not just going to speak English to you any normal. Most people might speak broken English, but that's not going to be a business choice communicative method. You got to be adhering to a professional manner, or they're not going to do business with you. Okay, so those are a couple examples of international marketing. I got my degree from Colorado Tech University. I also attended First Harper Community College. I also went to the University of Nebraska as well too. So I'll dive all into that and do another video. But the point being is, yes, you with international marketing, the biggest thing is not just your marketing plan. And if you have a great product, you have to adhere to what the country's norms are. Okay, and whether you're social media marketing, whether you're gaining traction for a customer base to sell products to, whether you're even trying to buy products sometimes to get into business negotiation for a cheaper price or even cheaper labor, you are going to have to adhere to those international customs, not in a more common ground area, but more in when you're going to their country. That's just how it's got to work, you know? And on top of that, too, if you are holding business meetings as well, give me one moment. Apologize. if you are holding business meetings as well, you need to have translators, preparers that know about the norms and customs, not just speak the language as well too. Okay, these take place on a small level scale to a very high level scale. Okay, so we will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. This was just a quick about 5-minute review about international marketing, how to adhere to other countries' norms. This will help you with papers in terms of expanding your group. I've worked in an office with 3 people where we've had to use this, but I've also worked for Fortune 500 companies where we've had to use this, okay? So it's going to be very good to know. I did lots of papers on this. I had to do a paper on Belgium. That's why I feel the most confident about it, okay? So please watch my other videos. Please subscribe. And if you could like it, please like it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.